Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Fargo Retro Plays Stellaris 2.0, the Apocalypse expansion. So, uh, we're continuing our playthrough here of the Alliance of Pacifica, and we are actually, I was just going to go through some of the menu commands here and the interface a little more in depth here. So, um, survey speeds increased here. That is good stuff. And we have quite a bit of options here. Chromatic sensors, a little bit nicer shields. Could do the capacity overload. That seems reasonable. I changed my mind on that immediately. Well, no, it's the cheapest too, so that makes it a little more appealing. Trader Enclave, I know what that is. Oh boy. Solar Sailor. We have discovered an abandoned solar sail ship on an orbit around this planet. The sublight vessel was built by an unknown culture and appears to be several thousand years old. One of the massive sails has a large tear where some kind of object passed through, most likely a meteoroid, which appears to have disabled the vessel. Although the technology of this ship is severely outdated, it does possess some interesting design choices. Yay! So, what else do we have here? Resource silo, can add some of that. Crew quarters, reduce the upkeep, add some food. Weapons range plus 50. Off-world trading. There you go, okay. Let's swap this with this. Docked ship upkeep. There we go. We're gonna do that. And then back to this bad boy. This will be our anchorage then. We'll move the... Ugh, but that's on the frontier a bit. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll definitely figure it out once these guys jump. Let's see what we got here. Just a little pirate station here. Admiral Akbar has learned to carefully nurse her supplies. So first of all, Akbar is a trap, and that's fun. Once the ship drifting by had been towed out of the debris, we could send in an away team to investigate. It is a murder scene. Only one crew member has been found. A long-eared amphibian biped who appears to have been stabbed repeatedly. The ship is, by the death of its crew, up for grabs. It is fitted with very efficient thrusters, the structure and design of which seem to be beyond us at present. The vessel is not armed, seemingly having been used as transport from personnel. Repurposing it to an exploration vehicle would be a minor undertaking. However, if we instead deconstruct it and study... Yeah, there we go. That's what we're going to do. So you can okay. Instead, if we deconstruct it and study the engines in greater detail, we maybe could capture some of its genius and translate it into practical improvements for our fleets. So gain a science ship or increase the speed of all of your ships. So I'll go with that. That seems reasonable. And so, yeah, we'll just do a quick... I'm just going to watch this fight occur. The Alliance fleet has destroyed a pirate station in the Bagpapia system and recovered its strong room. Yeah, it's a nice little mineral something or other. I didn't even lose my shields. believe we're going to go through the sending our fleets home. Okay. But we're going to go over some of the more basic stuff in the game, you know, in our 5th episode here. That makes sense. But if you start in the upper left-hand corner here, if you click on that, that's your government option. And if you hit F1, it also pulls that up here. It'll show your current president. If you hover over this box here, you can see how old he is, or she is, the level, the traits. You hover over the traits to see them more in detail. You can also see your governing ethics, see what type of government you are. You can see the civics that you picked, life-seated and idealistic. And we have xenophile and fanatic egalitarian. Alright. We have an election every 10 years, so that's interesting. And you can see the global modifiers that are applied to our species here. So it's enhanced ship speed plus 10 sublight speed for the rest of the game. That's pretty dope. And then prismatic lenses plus 10 physics output. So, you know, try interesting stuff with those events. You might get something pretty cool. So let's see if we... Notice them get a little bit quicker there. That's pretty cool. So, but that's the government tab of that, the government button. And then if you hit budget, you can kind of see a quick overview of everything. And you can also see some of your modifiers, which is nice. You know, that might be a helpful thing if you're not sure what to focus on or what have you, or if you're not sure where you're hemorrhaging money or something. You can see your demographics. Species here, uplifted, robot, driller bot, little overview, population effects. And these are, again, probably global population effects based on like research and events, and then advisors based on government. You can just pick the voice of your robot advisor that's helping you out. Contacts is the diplomacy. It's the next button here. You can hit F2 on the keyboard to get to it, and you can see everybody that we know. We know the Krogan tribes. We know the 2 trader outposts. We have that primitive civilization that we're on top of, and also the Cardassians. If you want to communicate with any of them, you can just click on their button. So, cordial, form defensive hack. Not quite there yet. If they were on our borders, we might be talking. Improved Corvette hulls on our ships. There we go. That's very good. Whew. This is good stuff. So we got some good research coming down the pipe here. Afterburners, ion thruster. Can't quite see the effects of it. Torpedoes aren't bad. Add destroyers. I think that might be the one, or the engineering facility, just because it's quicker. 31 months. Yeah, we'll go that way. Researching away. That is all good in the hood. Everything seems to be going pretty okay. Click on our equivalent. That is good to hear. So we will continue to blob and snake up here. So that's kind of the contact screens. The next one here is F3, the situations log, and keeps your current missions going. So usually, if you're democracy, it's got those for you. So we need to build 4 mining stations before the next election. If you go back on the screen, you can see when that is, 2030. So we have 5 years. So we should actually probably get on that. Yeah. Probably not there though. The ticket. But so you have your missions here. So we're holding up on our waiting for a level 5 scientist. Once we have a level 5 scientist, then we can do some of these precursor missions, which are the ancient alien race that was in my area but died. A large amount of ship debris can be found in orbit around this planet, possibly the remnants of some kind of massive fleet action. I'll send the brown coat in. The government mandate here. You can see how far you are along the various victories in the game. Victory's not necessarily. It follows more of the Dwarf Fortress theory that losing is fun, or just playing is fun. You don't have to win, but you can win. There are victory options for you. The next tab here, F4, technology. We've seen it a lot here, broken down into physics, society, and engineering, different bonuses, and we've used it quite a bit. You can also see tech you've already researched, which is helpful if you want to go back and learn a little bit or whatever. And then we've got a lot more menus here. So if you hit F5, planets and sectors, you can see, if we had more planets, you can imagine, but you can see your resources it generates, the pops and stuff on it. There's clear evidence of a massive battle that took place here in close orbit of Perkum at some point in the last 5,000 years. The surface on one side of the planet is pockmarked with craters from stray weapon blasts, and scans from the Serenity have picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in very poor condition, the fact that anything remains at all here after the damage must have sustained as a testament to their advanced design. Science Officer Browncoat is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies. Is he now? Let's do it. So you can hear log update. That's where this is. So they're take them half a year to research, but we will see what kind of stuff comes out on the other side. And we are. So we should be able to take these guys out, I would imagine.
Construction complete.
A slight bump up.
Survey complete.
I think this is a new song. I like this. I like that they added a little bit of vocals. I don't think there were any vocals on the previous tracks. So, we need to grab this here, and then we can move Sorry I made you sentient only to rob you of life.
Engaging enemy fleet.
Oh, they've gotten stronger. They've gotten stronger.
Technology discovered.
We got a new technology. So we lost that pretty handily, but we got some tech out of it at least. Damage to hull, shard, throwers. Damage to armor, damage to armor. They lost a couple, but we lost a couple, and ours are harder to. Well, theirs don't replace though, so take that point defense slot. That was upsetting though. Ugh.
Special project complete.
Some minerals while the ships are out though, so we get some experience here. The Rick Star ships were too badly damaged to recover any useful technologies. That's nice. What did it cost to upgrade? Okay, well, that was a folly I didn't quite need yet. I think that's gonna save me some maintenance as well. So that is, yeah, station maintenance seems to have gone down a fair amount. So
Construction
I'll take
complete.
that. There is our over on that. So we will talk to these guys. We would like to trade for minerals. Trade 10 minerals for 20? Okay. Can't quite afford it that way. So we got our planets and sectors. We're hitting F6. Policies. Okay, so this is what we need to take a look at right now. So we have policies and edicts. Edicts have really been buffed this time around here, but
Complete.
research that trade attractiveness. Oh, okay, I got you. To map the stars too.
Technology discovered.
Take a look at our new
Anomaly detected.
boom uplift. That's what we're looking for. Epigenetic triggers, plus that's further down the biology path. So the uplift is really what we've been looking for here. So as we get to Belgium, the next stage of our gameplay is going to occur, and I'm very much looking forward to that. See where we're at. Whoop. Oh. Sorry again, we're not going to have much editing in the way here. You know, I found out that my program's not going to work, and I'm just so excited to get this stuff up here to kind of share it with you guys. So it's going to be kind of fly by the pants here. I hope that's okay. And it's, you know, pretty late Thursday night. I worked all day and went to school all day. So good times. So those are the edicts, and those are kind of like, temporary, semi-temporary, semi-permanent changes you can make to your government. Are up here, the semi-permanent policies, unrestricted wars. So you can kind of click through here, you kind of hover and see what's going on here. I'm going to take a look at some of mine. The war philosophy I'm going to leave. The food stockpiling I'm going to leave. Again, 150. Biology there. Orbital bombing discriminant, that's fine. Native interference, that's fine. Native enlightenment allowed. Resettlement prohibited. Land appropriation prohibited. First contact peaceful. So all sounds good so far. Robotic allowed. Ooh, get ourselves a unity. So gotta do this. Gotta do the energy increase. So let's see what we get. 14. We are up to 14. We will take that for now. So we're back to our edicts here. Robotics allowed, pre-sapients protected. Yep, absolutely. Core worlds, everybody. Refugees, welcome. Slavery prohibited, purge prohibited. Yeah, that's all. None of that I want to change. So, factions. We haven't gone through the factions too much, but so all the ethics you can kind of build your government around. They're portrayed up here. You just hover over if you want to see any of them, and then that's a percentage of your population that follow those traits here. So most of our people are egalitarians, but some are xenophiles, and you can kind of see that breakdown, largely, implied, but it's not specific. There, incorporated, new contact. So you can see here on the left-hand side all these little bubbles. If they're green, they're on board with you. If they're yellow, it means it's not impacting you, and if it's red, it's bad. So, if I boost these guys a little bit here, if I do some of the stuff they want, ordering the purges is bad, but there's no way to be good. Multicultural society, if we had 4 unique species within our empire, this would be good for them. So maybe we can figure that out. We might be able to figure out what to do with these Krogans. Maybe they'll... distance. Base, opinion. Maybe they'll do a little trading. Make a trade deal. What y'all got? We have a bunch, so let's pull ours back. Monthly transfer of energy for monthly transfer of minerals. Two to 1. Okay. 20 years, 10 years. Research agreement. He didn't like that I even suggested it, potentially, so I had to get bounced. It's a wormhole and a gateway. Very fun stuff. Nice mineral rich, or energy rich station up there, system up there. That out a little bit. Build one there too. Should increase our influence with these turds. Found a pre-whatever in Gluggrug. They are a Bronze Age society. The Noriga. That's fun. Worlds trait. That's fun.
Anomaly detected.
Yeah, so the Cardassians are really on the come up. There's no doubting that. But that is okay. Those factions claims, I don't have any idea yet. That's new. We'll have to talk about that in a future, more deliberate episode. Strategic resources, don't have any of those yet either. It looks like species. So species one I'll plan to do a little bit with here. But let's go ahead and take a look at something here, which is default rights. Pause this real quick. So this is kind of just going to apply to everyone in our empire, not even just specifically my guys, but when they come in. So we'll give everybody full citizenship. That seems reasonable. Utopian abundance for just a little bit extra. That seems good too. Full military service, colonization, no controls, no controls. Perfect, that's easy enough. Species leaders. So this is an overview of all of your leaders. You've obviously seen we've mostly been dealing with the science people, but there is a cap, that could come into play here. They do age, they do die unless you're robots. There's some other conditions where they may not die. I won't explain. If you hit F8, that gets you into your traditions, and we spent a bunch of time on this so far, so I'm not gonna get too much into that expansion plan. I never use this much, but I do see the appeal in it and whatever, and I just don't use it. Ship designer, and we'll use this quite a bit. And when we get the destroyer tech, then we'll look at maybe building some more ships. Toy factory. There are structures on Hadar that, though most are less than ruins and more akin to rubble. The Serenity's initial pass over the planet reveals only one building that can be considered intact, seemingly spared whatever calamity robbed at the planet of its buildings and builders alike. This is the source of the noise. Not only is the building intact, reports indicate it is active. It is a production facility of some sort, turning plasticine polymers into mute objects of uncertain but possibly ornamental purpose. The raw materials and product are largely uninteresting to the Alliance of Pacifica, but could doubtlessly stand to learn something of the automated manufacturing process like that. So there's a cool little thing on the planet there. In Glug Glug. In the system with Glug Glug. Take a look here. Oh, you didn't go finish that? Okay, that's upsetting.
Survey complete.
Lone Proud Comet. Soars through the Serenity system, clearly visible from Pacific, it forges its own path through the cosmos, fibrous and undeterred. +5 happiness for 5 years. We'll take it. We're the happiest butterflies in the whole world. Increase the mineral output of some of this stuff here. I do want to build more robots, I do, but I also want to ensure the existence of my species. So I don't quite until I find another planet or two, and I'm not sure what to do.
Survey complete.
Gain some unity there. That was important. Kind of forgot about it, to be honest. But once we get to Belgium, then we should be able to fill in a little bit.
Construction complete.
I don't even know.
Construction complete.
Alright. Tolerance league. Why are they less? So, that's not good.
Technology discovered. Anomaly detected.
Did we get a research? I didn't pay attention there. Whoops. Thrower. Speed. Ransomier's emergency buoy. An emergency transmission buoy floats in gentle orbit around this planet. Its outer casing is heavily damaged, seemingly by glancing weapons or fire or powerful explosive. Might be a uplifting model for civilian ships. Blah blah blah. As is repeating a weak distorted signal. Clean up the signal.
Special project complete.
Okay, hello, this is the captain of the Luxon, an uplifting civilian transport. Former captain, the Luxion is gone. We were boarded by pirates and were taken captive before they blew up the ship. Who captured you? They, I think. themselves the ransomers, the ransomeers. At any rate, they're a vile bunch. We'd all be dead already if they didn't think they could get something from us, and I've overheard them discussing their demands. Thank you. We're being held in some space station, but I have no idea where we are beyond that. I'll increase the transmission burst for now. I should let you triangulate the signal of that. Ransomeers. Let's click into that.
Construction complete. Survey complete. Anomaly detected. Technology discovered.
Alright, so we got our destroyers. So that's pretty fun. We have a huge range of stuff we can try and research here. So let us move toward... Ceramo metal armor. We'll go ahead and hit the armor number 2. Go ahead and click into ship designer here, and we're going to look at it a little more in depth now that we have a second ship. So the destroyer has 2 sections here. And you can kind of fit them out in different manners here. Immense rugged plains of shadow drift upon this planet's face. They're cast not by clouds, but by sheets of organic material drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere. That's interesting. So we'll go ahead and you see they have different utility and weapon slots. I'm going to go ahead with my A ones. I always do A, B, auto, A. It's a slightly bigger gnat onto a fly. Alright, well, we'll maybe look at the ship editor next time, because I am over. So we will, thanks for watching, and take care.